Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a general love reading for whatever collective I'm channeling, so we're going to make sure it's your collective first. You'll also notice that I changed my setup today. I decided to make it more fallish since it is fall, but keep in mind this is a timeless reading. So yeah, let's get into it. We're going to start with this deck to make sure I'm channeling your collective. If you're resonating with this first deck, then this is your reading. So I hope you guys are doing well today. We have grounding, so you could be working on grounding yourself right now. Let's see what else we need to hear. We have talking, awaited message arrives. Interested in talking, so you could be trying to ground your energy and not get in your head about hearing from this person. Like maybe you've stopped waiting to hear from them. Maybe you've stopped checking your phone. I feel like the person you're connected to could be interested in talking to you, but let's see what else comes out. We have replaying events. So someone is replaying events here, wanting to send a message. Perhaps they haven't yet. I don't feel like this communication has come in yet. Perhaps this person needed to ground in their energy before reaching out, but let's have a look. All right. Well, interesting. We have soul connection right away, and we have death. So clearly this is about someone you felt you had a soul contract with, where there was an ending. And look at that image. It looks like those are on leaves, like the ones I put out. Interesting, except mine are red. So union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. You could have been married to this person, but I right away, I saw soul connection here. And underneath, like I said, we have death. So it feels like, and we have Six of Cups energy. Interesting. So definitely a soul contract where there was an ending. And that death card says grow and transform. So whatever past version of this connection was there, it can't go back to the way it was. I'm hearing the way we were again. So it needs to transform if it's going to enter into this union. The version of this connection, the version you were showing up in, I'm also hearing something about a cycle. That cycle is now over. So in order to move forward, there needs to be growth and transformation. So that could be what you're focusing on right now. We also have looking at pictures, missing you. So someone is feeling very nostalgic about you. Maybe in the past, you know, you replayed events in your heads. Maybe in the past you would text them. Maybe you would chase a little. But it feels like right now you're really grounded in your energy and you're, you know, staying strong and no contact, I'm hearing. So soul contract right off the get-go. What do we need to know about this collective? And whatever this connection was in the past, it's, you know, it's, you can't go back. So we do have heartbreak and pain, separation and loss. Maybe you heard that your person was dating. I'm going to have to get more on this, or maybe you were dating this person for a short time and then you quickly went into separation. Heartbreak and pain. You could also be thinking about meeting someone new, but I need to get more information about this. It also says setting a date. Yeah. So we do have, you know what could be happening is I feel like you have a soul contract with this person. And I feel like maybe I'm hearing a few different things, but maybe instead of growing and transforming, they were very quick to get back out there and start dating, and that really could have hurt you. You could have been the one that instead of rushing out to date people, maybe you went within to grow and transform and focus on yourself. And now maybe you're in the energy of, you know, not wanting to go backwards. And I'm not necessarily saying this is about new love because we have soul contract. So I feel like and nostalgia. So this is definitely about someone who's pulling on your energy. But you could be in the energy where you are grounded. You know what you want. You want fairness in love. You want giving and receiving. You want your affection to be returned. And maybe in the past with this soul contract person, that affection wasn't returned. Maybe it wasn't equal give and take. And you could be in the mindset where, you know, if this person can't give you what you know you deserve, your worth, this person doesn't see your value, can't show up in a stable, grounded way, then you would be interested in, it's almost like they better show up right or I'm moving on and I'm going to meet someone else. I'm hearing that, you know how sometimes in my readings I talk about how I'm getting a lot of messages right now. So one thing I'm hearing is that it's not so much about you wanting to date someone new to get over this person. It's more so this very grounded energy that I'm feeling where you're no longer replaying events with this person and you're kind of in this very grounded, like if this person can't come back and see my value, then there's someone out there that will. And you could be in that energy, trusting the universe that the universe will. My throat is blocking right now. I don't know if you can hear that. So you could be trusting the universe that if it's whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. All right, let's keep going because you've definitely got someone thinking about you here. And this could even be this person wanting to start dating you, this past person. All right, let's get a few more. First day, that didn't come out, whatever it was. That one did come out. So yeah, we have some sort of, there was heartbreak and pain here causing a separation, causing a coffin moment, causing an ending. New beginnings, liberation, reborn and transition from a tragic ending. So at the time this felt tragic, at the time it hurt, but I feel like, you know, you've really grounded in your energy and you're not interested in going backwards. And I don't mean that as in, I'm not interested in that person anymore, because that's not what I'm hearing. I'm more so hearing that you're in that, I know I'm repeating myself, but you've liberated yourself from that old energy. You're no longer calling in or attracting in like lower vibrational energy or people who don't see your worth or meet you halfway. You're calling in someone who is going to meet you halfway. And I feel like that growth and transformation came from this situation that you went through with this person. It's part of your soul contract. So you were meant to elevate like the phoenix. You were meant to rise and heal and grow and transform from this. I'm not hearing anything about new love. I'm sorry, I have to be honest. Let's get a few more. This is my first time with my new setup and I don't necessarily like change. So hopefully I can fit all these cards in. I don't really want to move my moss. No, I'm not going to move my moss. There's a little kid on a tricycle outside. That could be symbolic. You could have your training wheels on in some sense, but anyway, let's keep going. What else do we need to know about this? Healing heart. So yeah, you're healing. You're healing chaser energy. Yes, I love it for you. Soul contract again on the bottom. That's exactly what I was hearing, that you are no longer chasing this person. You've learned a lesson, which has been coming out a lot in my readings. Look, healing heartbreak. You're putting yourself back together. You could have your training wheels on, right? You could be just transitioning into this. Yeah, happily single, falling on top of dates. So that's what I mean. It's not like, I don't feel like you're rushing to get into another relationship. I don't feel like, you know how when some people, it happens with unhealed people, and I hate to trigger some people here, But there's this expression, the only way to get over someone is to get under someone else. And I know that I even have like some oracles that mention that, like at some point you do have to get back out there. But that's not what I'm hearing for this collective. I'm hearing that you are starting to love your own energy, and that's what you're calling in. You're starting to love yourself, self-love and wholeness. You're starting to unconditionally love yourself, and that's what you're calling in. You are happy in your own energy. I'm seeing the Hermit, and one thing about the Hermit that maybe I don't mention enough is the Hermit is actually, yes, it's about isolation. Yes, it's about introspection and your soul path and all of those things, but it's also not feeling uncomfortable in your own energy. And sometimes when someone is unhealed, when a relationship ends, they can rush right into another relationship for that validation or to feel loved. And the fact that these two came out together and then this came out on top of date. So it feels like you are very happy in your own energy right now. You're happy to be single. You are investing in connections with your friends. You're having fun. You're working on your hobbies. You're enjoying your life alone. And you know, one thing I'm hearing is in this connection, you could have been chasing that love. You could have been chasing this person to see your worth, to see your value. You could have been chasing them to have fun with you, to live in the moment, to date you even, like go out with you, spend time with you. And now you're just giving all of that consistency and love to yourself, and you're actually enjoying being alone. And it could have been that this connection got to the point where it was stressing you out and you were chasing something that wasn't really aligned with you at the time, or this version of this connection wasn't aligned with you. And sometimes when we're in that situation where there is, you know, conflict and fighting, and we're, you know, losing sleep over a person, and we're arguing with that person, and we spend more time crying and being sad over that person than we do being happy. It's almost like I'm hearing that maybe at the time when this ending happened, it was very shocking to you. It hurt, you grieved it. But now you realize, wait a minute, I'm happier on my own without, like, I'm happier now than I was when I was chasing that person. So you could be kind of having an aha moment. And I feel like that is part of the soul contract here. It says soul connection, partnership, soul contract, life partner. So this is someone you felt a soul connection with, and it is, you know, there's something in your soul contract that you were meant to grow and transform from this shocking ending or from this pain. And you're putting yourself back together. And the image of the training wheels, like maybe you're not ready to get back out there. Maybe you're not ready to open yourself up yet because you're still putting yourself back together, the training wheels. So you're just, you know, think about the freedom a kid feels on a bike, even if they have training wheels. You're not in any rush to take those training wheels off, is what I'm hearing. You're just living in the moment and attracting in whatever is meant for you. And again, the fact that these two came out, I have chills mentioning this. This is what you're healing. And this fear of abandonment or fear of being alone, when you have a fear of being alone, that's when you stay in connections that aren't aligned with you. That's when you stay in connections that where you're accepting less than you deserve because it's better than being alone. When you jump from one relationship to another because you're lonely or because you miss someone, and again, that expression, the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else, which I don't agree with. I feel like instead of, you know, chasing the next best thing, you're really putting yourself back together and calling in something beautiful and real. And if you have a soul contract with this person, then like I'm feeling them in your energy. They're looking at you. They're thinking of you. Also, you could be someone, and I think that there's a lot of negative opinions about being someone who has hope and who feels a soul connection with someone, and deep in your heart, you know that's your person. You could be that person who's kind of, you know, accepted the fact I'm always going to feel a soul connection to this person, whether we're together or not. I'll always have love for them. And I'm not ready to explore something else, but I am enjoying like healing and being single and enjoying my own company and doing the things I want to do instead of chasing after someone who doesn't even want to do those things with me, right? So instead of just jumping into something else or jumping into, like, I just heard online dating, you're really focusing on healing your heart. You're honoring your soul contract is what I'm hearing. And that has nothing to do with this person. It has to do your soul contract, not the joined soul contract you have with them, but what's on your soul contract. You're honoring your soul. I'm just getting a lot of like acceptance and being, there goes my throat. Maybe you're not even ready to talk to this person. Oh my gosh. You know, you could be in detachment to the point where you're looking at this person that you have a soul contract with, this person from the past, and you're like, I'm actually happy right now. I don't even want that back right now. Like, I can't imagine taking a step backwards back into that dynamic. And you could have a fear, like maybe you aren't interested in talking to them right now because maybe intuitively, you know, if they were to come back right now, that would just repeat, and I'm not going backwards. This has been a huge energy in the collective recently, and I'm here for it. So really enjoying your own energy, but you know, you could still think about this person. Like I said, I think there's a lot of negativity towards, or I see it anyway, towards someone who how can I put that? It's not that you're hung up on this person. It's not limerence. It's not, you're not attached to them anymore. It's not that you don't think you can do any better. It's simply that you know you're in like this acceptance that you'll always have love for this person, and maybe you hope that they're growing and transforming, but right now you're healing that chaser energy. And maybe, you know, the fact that I keep talking about jumping from one relationship to another, the person you're connected to could be like that. And we see that all the time. Like people who just jump from, they never spend that time alone. They just, one relationship ends, they start another hoping that it'll be different, but it's not. I'm seeing that fragmented card. Until we heal our shadows, we'll continue to hurt others. So right now you're really working on your healing and enjoying being on your own and healing and not chasing after something, which I really like. I really like it. I'm wondering if Spirit can tell me, this seems to be like a lot about you, but I'd like to see if we can get any information about your person. Well, learning from the past, that's exactly what I mean. Like you are learning from the past. But let's see if we can get anything about your person here coming out. Show me their person. Show me their person, please, Spirit. That's good. So I specifically am asking about your person. So just like you are making healthier choices, right? I talked about, I'm not going to repeat myself. I talked about it. You are making healthier choices. You're choosing you. By the way, Mr. Crow was just outside. This morning, the crows were there waiting for me to feed them. These are my little moss bundles from the crows that they leave for me for my nest. So I'm building my nest here. But they're making healthier choices instead of, I feel like there's some mirroring here, instead of jumping into the next connection, which maybe they did at first, they're making healthier choices. So just, anyway, I like it. I also love the colors on that card. Yeah, that it's them that's interested in talking to you. So this person is interested in meeting and talking with you. And like I said, you could be in the energy where like, I'm actually not ready to talk to this person because I'm actually really happy in my energy right now. Like you could have a very full schedule. You could have a lot of, like, not in a bad way, but you could have just things that are really fulfilling you right now. And maybe looking back, you think, where would I don't know why I'm hearing this, but where would I even make time for this person? Like, You know, maybe you're going to the gym, or maybe you've picked up a hobby. Maybe you have a social group that you interact with. Maybe you, something about work or your mission. I'm just hearing like, it's almost like however this person last showed up with you, that shocking attack, separation, feeling hurt. It feels like that's kind of, when you think about talking to them, that comes to the forefront of your mind. And you're like, well, I don't want to go back into that. Back then I was crying all the time. Back then I couldn't sleep. I was anxious all the time. I was overthinking. Right now I feel good. Which is really interesting because it's very like, it's giving me detachment. It's giving me detachment, which is actually really good. Talking, I told you, you're a person. I told you. Interested in talking to you. There's two cards here about them wanting to talk to you. They're thinking about you. They're reminiscing. They're replaying events in their head. And you're like, la 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 la, like you're skipping in the sunshine or something. I don't know. But this is actually really good because it shows this person is in a healthier energy, which maybe you don't know. Maybe you just have that vision of how they were the last time you interacted with them. And you're like, no, I'm good. I'm happy where I am. I'm living in the moment. I'm getting to know myself. I'm pretty great. And again, I've been seeing more and more of this energy in the collectives. And it's just, I'm so proud of you guys. This is why I do this. I'm getting chills as I'm talking about this, like healthy detachment. And it's okay if you still feel soul contract with this person. It's okay if you still have love for them. But you are focused on you right now. And look at what happens when you detach in a healthy way, not by getting under someone else, but you're truly detaching in a healthy way. Look at what's happening to their energy. Now, all of a sudden, they're interested in talking to you. You could have put boundaries up with this person. Let me look at the bottom. Yeah, we have, look, we have not today. So that's the energy that I'm getting from you, is like, no, I'm good. I'm going to sit on this dock and look out. The water brings me peace. I just feel like you're spending a lot of time giving to yourself. Everything that you were chasing this person for, you're now like pouring into yourself, and you're feeling happier to the point where like, no, I'm good. So that is beautiful. And again, just a lot of you say I'm like a big sister to you. I am very proud right now of all of you that are in this energy. I wish we could go for a latte together. I like a good latte. Right now, I'm really addicted to protein lattes because I'm working out and I need to get enough protein. We could go for a walk and drink a latte. Wouldn't that be fun? So I actually had a completely different plan for this reading today. And then out of nowhere, I was like, I need to put some fall stuff in my setup because I never change my setup. I'm a creature of habit. I don't necessarily like change all the time. And it took me, I don't even want to tell you how long it took me to arrange all this because I'm very like, I used to be, well, I am a photographer. Anyway, I hope it's not too distracting for you. I'm also not someone who uses a lot of like reds and oranges. I've actually never been called to the color red and orange. But anyway, I hope you like it. But I decided at the last moment to completely switch up what I was doing and grab this deck, which is from Etsy. Can't remember the name of it. What is it? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. If you want to know, ask me. It's from Etsy. Oh, look. 8 of Cups. Walking away from what no longer serves you. No longer accepting less than you deserve. I'd rather be alone and on my own, on my journey. Walking towards 9 of Cups. Walking towards like feeling fulfilled within my own energy. 9 of Cups. 9 is an independent number. You're walking towards yourself, is what I'm hearing. And look at this. All of these cups are full. All of these cups are full. So I don't think it was easy for you to walk away from this person. I feel like you really do love them. All of them are full. Look at that. Not even one is knocked over. But you are walking towards yourself here. Again, Nine of Cups. It's, yes, it's wish fulfillment, but Nine of Cups is an independent energy, and it's about finding that, it's about healing. Like the Nine of Cups, the shadow, more inner healing needed. So it's about you truly doing that inner healing and being content and happy and fulfilled in your own energy, even though you walked away from something you clearly loved, right? All right, so I don't know why I felt called to flip the top over. We have the moon on the bottom. Divine feminine energy. Oh, we have the King of Pentacles. So you probably want something stable here. You're grounding. Yes, very nice. Could be dealing with an earth sign. We have the Six of Wands. So one of the meanings of the Six of Wands that I want to talk about is feeling loved and feeling seen. The reversal of the Six of Wands, I mean, it differs in what book you're looking at, in what deck you're using. But for me, one of the meanings that's always stuck with me with the Six of Wands, the shadow, is feeling neglected, feeling unseen, feeling unloved. And oftentimes that stems from a childhood wound. So then you chase people to make you feel seen and make you feel loved and make you feel recognized. Six of Wands in the upright is like, you see yourself. You don't need anybody to see you. You love yourself. Anyway. Could be doing something online as well. You're shining is what I'm hearing. We have the Magician. Nice. Gemini and Virgo energy. So right now you're in this very potent manifesting energy. You're working on yourself, elevating your energy. There's definitely something about communication coming through. What's funny is that I'm not even mentioning your person. When I'm looking at these tarot cards, I'm just like, you. And that's telling me that you're very focused on yourself right now. And, you know, maybe for some of you in the past, you had this wound where if you felt you were happy with yourself or you were focusing on yourself, you were being self-absorbed or selfish, I'm hearing. But anyway, it's not. I love it. Love, love, love. Now I'm hearing the, you know, in Love Actually, I can't remember what song it is, but when they're in the church and they're about to get married and the best man, who is played by Andrew Lincoln, arranges all those people to play instruments. Musical instruments could be symbolic. Love, love, love. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is self-love is what I'm hearing. Like all you need is your self-love. All you need is yourself right now. I don't know why I'm not talking about this person at all. Like clearly you're detached from them. We have the Ace of Swords here. Breakthrough, epiphany. You're pretty great. You're actually quite happy is what I'm hearing. It's also about communication. So I feel like somebody else has had an epiphany about you. But anyway, I'm not even talking about your person at all. Look, I got 3 cards for them. All right, so let's see what we need to know about this connection. It's not just about you, is what I'm hearing. But for some reason, I'm like very focused on you, which makes me think this person is very focused on you, but more importantly, you are very focused on you. Blah. We have the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess. So yeah, I feel like you were dealing with someone who's quite inconsistent, quite hot and cold when you're a runner. And what did I say about no longer chasing? No longer chasing someone who's not meeting you halfway. Remember, we talked about it. So you could have been dealing with someone who is very inconsistent, hot and cold. They could have been hot-tempered. They could have been triggered easily. They could have been, actually, that partying card. Maybe they were someone who prioritized like having a good time over building a connection with you. And then we have the High Priestess, which is divine feminine energy. It's also the energy of being silent and guarded. So it feels to me like you've kind of left a Knight of Wands in the past. You could be dealing with a younger fire sign. Pisces for High Priestess. But you are really focused on your inner journey, focused on your intuition, silent and guarded. Yeah, I like it. We have the Hierophant. Or wait, is that the Hierophant? Yes, that's the Hierophant, but in this deck it's called the High Priest. That's really interesting. We have the High Priestess and the High Priest, which makes me think of an elevated divine feminine, divine masculine energy who have stepped into their power, who are maybe working on their mission. And this is what I mean. It's like, I feel like right now you're protecting your energy. You're silent and guarded. Intuitively, you could know that this runner, this Knight of Wands, has the potential to grow into this High Priest, into their higher self. It's also very symbolic of like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so many messages. Just hang on. We have strength, so a very strong bond. I'm seeing the infinity symbol, a connection that cannot be recreated nor destroyed. So that's what I meant about when I had that download about how you could be in acceptance that you're always going to have a strong connection with this person. But what I'm seeing here, first, let's just, Spirit, just hang on. I'm just going to talk about their person for a minute. I feel like this is you in the middle, right? And this is, let me just, it'll make sense here in a minute. This is you here in the middle, you know, elevating into divine feminine energy, elevating into that High Priestess, trusting your inner knowing. It's like, I'm hearing very healthy detachment. And this is the past, right? You're sitting in between the past and the future. And what I think that I'm seeing here is that you're no longer interested in going back to that Knight of Wands. You're interested in commitment. You're interested in spiritual, like a spiritual connection where there's been spiritual growth. Mr. Crow just confirmed. You want this like Hierophant energy. Grounded, stable, committed, traditional. Now, I can't help but talk about you, so just give me a second of your time. There is something here about having the passion to go after your mission. And I have to mention it because I think that's like a pivotal point that you're at right now, where you're taking your attention off of the outcome. You're taking your attention off of this person. You're detaching. You could already actually be doing something for your mission, some sort of light work. But the fact that we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant, like spiritual mentor, I'm hearing. And the Knight of Wands is having the passion and the drive and the courage to go after that. I'm seeing in Never Been Kissed where she's like, I can grab a bull's balls. That's what I'm hearing right now. Like, you can grab a bull's balls. Anyway, oh my goodness. And back to your person, like you could have always intuitively known that you had a soul contract with this person. I think that it's too easy for us to like have that mentality of we're just delusional. Like, trust your inner knowing. Trust your intuition. All right. So let's see your energy. Mr. Crow is back. What is your energy right now? Show me the viewer's energy, please, Spirit. Yes, yes, you're standing in your strength, the Emperor. And yes, you may think of your person when you see this card, Divine Masculine, but this is a very empowered energy. And remember, we have Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine energy within us, both of those energies. It's not about gender. And you are sitting in your power right now. Look at that. You know your worth. You are sitting, you're empowered, looking very strong right now. Could be thinking about building an empire. Also, This divine masculine energy is the energy that you need to take that leap of faith or to take inspired action towards things that maybe in the past you were too afraid to take action towards. And again, I'm not even talking about your person, just you're not taking action towards them. You're not. And if you're thinking about it, don't do it. Step away from your phone. Whoops, 8 of Cups, look at that. Did you see how that flung out? So again, you're walking away from, I feel like you're detaching from someone that you love very much, that you see possibly as your counterpart, but you're standing in your strength. It's not like you're not overthinking it. It's like, it's a very beautiful energy. But this is the energy you need to go after your soul path or your mission. This is the energy you need to like know your worth. This is confidence. Maybe you want to lead others. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Two of Swords. Exactly. So it's like, I'm seeing that stalemate card. When it comes to this person, you're like, no, I'm not playing that game. I'm seeing chess pieces. It's like, nope, I'm done with that. Stalemate. Nobody makes a move. I'm not saying that you're not wanting to compromise with this person, but you are letting the universe take control. You're trusting in divine timing. You are making adjustments in your own life, and you are not, no, you're not going to reach out to them. I can see it. You're standing in your strength. It's almost like I'm seeing, again, Arwen from Lord of the Rings. If you want me, come and claim me. Like, Arwen knows her effing worth. I'm getting a download of a very specific card that I'm going to read to you. And if you've been here a minute, you've probably heard me read it before, but just hang on. You could be, you could also be thinking about like switching to your life path, your life purpose, and walking away from your day job with this. This could be a choice between 2 jobs. Standing in your power. Hang on. Okay, so I'm seeing a specific card. Hello, welcome to our reading. I'm seeing a specific card. Let me see if I remember what page it's on. Where is it? So, yes, this is exactly what I'm hearing. So I feel like you're healing your inner masculine, which also strengthens the masculine twin flame. Reprogramming. Remember, let's go back to the beginning of the reading. We had a card about programming. That's important. Reprogramming your personal lie from not feeling good enough into your ultimate truth, declaring that you are more than enough. It's on page 77. Pay attention to any fixer patterns that may arise and surrender control of others or situations, especially where your twin flame is concerned. Focus on your needs. This is what you're doing right now. This helps you own your worth as you transcend the lesser version of yourself and rise above challenges that have prevented your inner masculine from standing in your truth and feeling empowered. Yes. Yes. So we also have, this is about expansive growth. So right now you are going through expansive growth. You could also be about to meet. That card is the Twin Flame Facilitator card. So you could have recently met someone who is also on the twin flame journey, and it's not about romance. When you meet your twin flame facilitator, it's someone who's on the journey like you, someone who's on the twin flame journey. Hello, this turned into a twin flame reading somehow, but it's someone who's on the journey. Maybe they're a little farther along than you, or maybe they're behind you and you're their twin flame facilitator. But the twin flame facilitator expansive growth is about when two twin flame counterparts who are not each other's twin flame come together, and they teach each other lessons and they help each other expand. Anyway, I've been fortunate enough to meet a twin flame facilitator on my journey, and you do go through expansion when you meet them. But again, it's typically not romantic. I'm not saying it can't be romantic, but just wanted to mention it. But yeah, let me look at... So, I just want to look at the Two of Swords for you. Yeah, you need to make a decision between two options, so that could have to do with your mission and your job, or maybe two jobs in your life right now, or a living situation. It also could be the decision between two. Remember in the beginning when I laid out those three cards and I said, you're sitting in the middle of this Knight of Wands and this Hierophant, and it's like a choice between the two, and you don't want to go back. You don't want to go back to the Knight of Wands. And I was seeing that as the same person, by the way. I was seeing, thank you, Mr. Blue Jay, boundaries. I was seeing the Hierophant as the higher version of your person, of the divine masculine. But anyway, and you're trusting in divine timing. You could be releasing old cycles with the Wheel of Fortune. You're making a lot of adjustments in your life. Love it. I love it, my friend. 10 of Coins. I feel like your mission could bring you like financial stability, generational wealth. You choose a strong, stable future. That's what you're choosing. You're not going backwards, is what I'm hearing. Could be a choice between two jobs, though. All right, let's see your person. I guess we'll talk about them for a minute. Show me their person. All right. So we've got the Six of Coins and we've got the Seven of Knives, and I'm hearing a very specific message for this. So you were definitely dealing with a runner. You were definitely dealing with someone where there was some sort of like deception or manipulation, or, you know, just running away from their own shadows. What's really interesting is we have these two swords here, and you are sitting in the Two of Swords. So it's almost like this person who's been running from you, who's been self-sabotaging this connection, is like looking at you, is thinking about you. Remember all those cards, reminiscing, wanting to talk to you. They tried to, like, you can see this person trying to run away, right? To get away with maybe some bad behavior, trying to sneak away from this connection. They could have been trying to get away with some self-sabotage here. And you can see them looking back at those two swords, which you are in the Two of Swords right now. So it's almost like that's you. And they're looking back at you. You're on their mind. And it feels like this person knows that you will no longer accept less than you deserve. You'll only accept equal give and take. And I feel like your person is looking at their own consistency with this. I'm also noticing that this person is holding 5 pentacles on their tray, and they're holding up 1 pentacle, which is giving me another message that this person feels on the outs. They feel left out in the cold, especially if you've healthily detached. You're no longer feeding them that energy. You're no longer overthinking about them. You're no longer longing for them. I'm hearing that cliche, if you love something, let it go. I feel like that's what you've done. You love this person, you've let it go to focus on yourself. And it feels like they feel left out in the cold here. And they're holding up this pentacle. Anyway, I'm gonna This person, Knight of Cups on the bottom, this person is definitely feeling intuitively called to reach out to you. The Six of Pentacles can be about reaching out. I'm just a little worried that that Seven of Swords is in the upright. I'm a little concerned about that. Mr. Crow is concerned too. And you know, if you're in that energy where you're like, I am not going back to that Seven of Swords behavior. No way, no how. I know what I want. I know my worth. I'm happier being on my own than going back to Seven of Swords behavior. If that's the vibration or the energy that you're giving out or giving off right now, they can feel it. I need to get more for them. Can we confirm that Seven of Swords, please? Please confirm that Seven of Swords, please. I need to know. Five of Coins, Ace of Swords. What did I say about those Five of Coins? Ace of Wands. We've got two aces, so there's some sort of new beginning in their energy. So they're having a break. That's good. That's good. They're having a breakthrough when it comes to how they left you in the cold, how their behaviors, their actions, their deception, whatever, left you in the cold. And now they're having this realization that they feel left out in the cold from your energy, from this ending, the coffin. So isn't it interesting that I specifically intuitively got a download that they're holding 5 coins on that tray and they're having some sort of realization about reaching out? Look at what came out to confirm it. They're having a realization. They're having an epiphany about their own behavior and how their behavior came from a place of fear of abandonment, came from a place of, you know, fear of rejection. And, you know, it's interesting that people think it's so black and white. If they wanted to, they would. If they loved you, they'd be with you, because it's not. We are complicated as humans, especially if we've been through trauma. And like, if you watch any type of reality show where humans interact with each other with love, like Love Island, Love is Blind, any of those shows, you can see people in this energy and how they self-sabotage. Anyway, so this person is having a realization about how they, whatever they did, caused you to be left out in the cold. Anyway, they're definitely having a breakthrough moment. All right, lots of ones coming out on their side too. So let's see how you're feeling about this person, because they're feeling inspired to reach out to you. I can see it. Like, you see it there, you see it here. Inspired to communicate. Inspired to communicate. Now that they're making healthier choices. I should have thought about that when the Seven of Swords came out. All right, how are you feeling about them? Look at that. The Four of Wands. The 1111 card. Twin Flame card. Union card. We also have the Magician. We have Justice. So it feels to me like you have detached from the idea of union. You've detached from this person. Look, Three of Swords, separation, pain, heartbreak. So they've hurt you in some way. For how you feel about them, you're healing from it. You don't want to go back to that, right? You don't want to go back to that Three of Swords. So Libra energy, Justice. It feels like for how you feel about this person, you know that you will only accept balance. Maybe you feel like this person owes you an apology, or they need to take accountability. And until they take accountability and are honest with you, you're not going back. You're not going backwards. We have the Magician. And the Magician is another card that talks about a strong soul contract. Actually, Justice talks about a strong soul contract. And the Four of Wands talks about twin flames. So clearly you feel like you have a soul connection with this person. But right now, you're working on yourself. I feel like you're manifesting this person back in the highest version of themselves, that high priest. I feel like you're manifesting union and justice, but you've taken your attention off of it. It's like you do have to kind of, when you're manifesting, I'm hearing it is done. Anyway, when you're manifesting, you can't keep, think about when you're tracking, like when you order a package from Amazon, it's going to come. Now, if you're like me, maybe you check the tracking all the time. It takes longer for it to come when you're checking the tracking all the time. But thank you, Mr. Crow. When you put an order in somewhere, you just, like a store, you just kind of trust that you're going to get it. It's going to be delivered. But when it comes to things like this, sometimes we have a hard time trusting that it's going to come in because we're dealing with our own intuition. And like I said, I think it's sad that we don't trust our own intuition more. So it's like you kind of got to set the intention and the manifestation and then stop thinking about it. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from you. I feel like in time, if it's meant to be, things will balance and you'll have union with this person, but clearly you feel a soul contract with them. And again, maybe they wronged you in some way that they need to take accountability for, but I also feel like as you heal, you're forgiving them for whatever that was. You're not holding on to resentment. Somebody actually, to whoever this was, thank you. Somebody said yesterday that they're trying to change the way they look at it. Think about it when you're on a trip. Yes, Mr. Crow, I'll go on a trip with you. Think about when you're on a trip, okay? When I took my kids apple picking, we actually spent the whole drive down like playing I Spy and 20 questions and laughing and having a really fun time. And I had just thought, I'm so glad my kids never asked me, are we there yet? And then just before we got there, my daughter said, are we there yet? And I was like, can we please not start that? And then think about it. When you're trying to get to the destination, it feels like it takes forever. But on your way back from the destination, it feels like you blink and you're home because you're not thinking about it. You're not anticipating it. You're not like anticipating going home unless you have to pee really bad. So the drive home is always much quicker. And somebody said in my comment section, that's the mentality or the mind frame that they're trying to embody right now. Instead of saying, are we there yet? Is it time for union? Are they going to reach out? They're just kind of enjoying their journey. Maybe that was you that made that comment. Let's see how this person is feeling about you. Well, they are feeling lots of feelings. I know you can't see that. Look at that in their head. And that's the exact energy you're coming out of. Like, you're like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to be stuck in my head. This is someone in their head about you right now. They cannot stop thinking about you. Sleepless nights. You know what's interesting is, I hate to sound like this, but it's a little bit of karma. Because the energy that I'm seeing for them is the energy that you were feeling after that separation, or during this connection. Everything that you were feeling is kind of like what they're feeling now. Karmic lesson. So now they're overthinking. They're full of anxiety. They can't sleep. I don't know if I want to take all these cards. I think 6 cards came out. You know what? We'll look at them and then I'll stick some of them back. Whatever Spirit wants me to do here. That's the best. That is the best. I almost see like, can you see this? The Queen of Swords. I know my worth. I have my boundaries. You know, this is you and this is them. Like, I'm hearing Oliver Twist could be symbolic. I'm hearing, please, sir, can I have some more? And the guy's like, what? But look at this. Like, they're all in a tizzy. I don't know why I'm saying that. They're all in a tizzy about approaching you because they're a little bit afraid because you're standing in your power. You're standing in your truth. I shouldn't laugh, but whatever. I'm laughing. So let's see what we have here. We have judgment. So for how they feel about you, they feel like you've done a lot of self-evaluation. They do want to resurrect things with you here. Maybe they're worried that you're going to judge them. This is about, you know, wanting a renewal. I feel like you've caused them to really, something that you said, all the things you said, replaying in their head, playing in their head. I know that's not the words to the song. I was thinking of the cards though, but something you said, they are self-evaluating on right now. They're awakening to this connection is what I'm hearing. Awakening to your power. Page of Wands. So they are feeling inspired to take action, and side note, they could feel like you're releasing them and dating someone else right now. We have the Seven of Wands. Boundaries. Boundaries. But at the same time, wanting to fight for you. I just heard, I want to throw my hat in the ring, or whatever the expression is. We have the Four of Cups, so they're unhappy with the way things have played out. They're unhappy with the circumstance right now. And they feel like they took you for granted. Guess what else? They feel there's a very strong energy here, fear of rejection, fear that you're going to refuse their offer. Look at, this is too many cards, Spirit, but it tells a story. Temperance. So look at these, look at that. So I feel like this person knows you were giving far more in this connection. We have Eight of Cups. So maybe you were over giving and you had to walk away. We have the Star, the Seven of Coins. So it's like they're waiting until they heal to come in. That's quite the story there. All right. Let's keep going. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? The Chariot. And look at these two, whatever they're called, sphinxes, sitting down. So I feel like this person knows you're not taking any action towards them. Look, you're not even, it feels like you're not even holding on to the reins. You've parked your chariot. Like, seriously. King of Cups, the highest form of love there is, for how they feel about you. Lots of love there. Wanting to come towards you, but I think it's very telling that this chariot is grounded right now. All right, what fell on the floor? We've got the Five of Wands in reverse, and we've got the Queen of Coins here. So this person definitely wants resolution with you. This person feels like you are protecting your energy right now. They could feel like you're really good with kids, animals, you have a nice home, maybe you're really successful, maybe you have nice things, maybe they don't. But there's this energy of wanting to compromise, wanting to work things out with you, wanting to come towards you. Look at you, so focused on your pentacle. Beautiful. That's how they're feeling about you right now. Like, you're really focused on yourself, tending to your inner garden. All right, let's look at their intentions. Intentions. This person's intentions. Please don't come out 7 cards at a time. What are their... Did you guys see that? That just flew across the table. Right away, I heard they want to pick your brain. 9 of Wands, such an interesting card. So they do want to make an attempt here. The 9 of Wands, again, so many different meanings to the 9 of Wands, but they want to persevere here. And I'm hearing something about the fact that they want to pick your brain. I don't know what that's about. And you can see these clouds are parting. So I feel like this person is almost waiting until they're in a better headspace to take action towards you, but I'm going to confirm this. This is also an energy of wanting to fight for this. Intentions. I bet you my neighbors love me now that I'm attracting crows like this. I don't know if you saw that reading, but a neighbor left a note. If you want to get rid of crows, here's how you get rid of crows. It's like, get rid of them. I'm trying to attract them. All right, what is this person's intentions? Oh, I forgot something. Hang on. What is this person's intentions? The Lovers. The Three of Mugs. So their intentions are to reunite with you. Very interesting. And the Lovers. Thank you, Mr. Crow. So their intentions are to reunite with you here, to have happier times. They could be planning to run into you or reach out to you on your birthday. But confirming the Nine of Wands is the Lovers. So they do want to fight for this connection because guess what? They've never felt a connection like this before. What I find interesting about this card, I've never noticed this. Again, I'm an intuitive reader. But behind this person, there's fire. And behind this person, it looks to me like a closed flower that hasn't bloomed or a cocoon. And there's a snake wrapped around this person. That could be very symbolic for your energies. Anyway, so a connection that kind of like there was a lot of attraction, a lot of fire, a lot of passion, but also kind of triggered the both of you to grow and release toxic things, bloom into your higher selves. The Lovers is also about a divine connection. It's also about reunion or union of souls. That's their intention. They want to fight for this connection. Also, 6-9, very twin flame number. And the Nine of Wands talks about love that's not easy because it triggers us to go through self-improvement. It's not an easy connection because it triggers all our past baggage. It triggers our programming. So bottom line, their intentions are to fight for this, to make a choice and come towards you. And then, yeah, Three of Cups. Let's see what action they're taking towards you. Although, like I said, I don't even think you're worried about when this is happening. Like, I'm hearing detachment. Like, it'll happen when it's meant to happen. It'll happen in divine timing or perfect timing. I'm not ready now anyway, is what I'm hearing. What is this person's actions? What are their actions towards the viewer? You know what's interesting? All right, keep your secrets. This is very Three of Cups to me, the coffee cup. Building friendship. That's their intention. And no, they don't just want friendship. Okay. Let's get one more. The Page of Swords just fell out of the deck onto the floor, which I'll get in a moment. All right. So, this is interesting, my friends. Whoa, we've got a secret card here. Oh, that's interesting. So the Page of Swords fell. Look at all those swords. So this is their action, Page of Swords. There is a start of a conversation here, but they could reach out initially kind of in a friendship way. Three of Cups, the Lovers, building a friendship that turns to romance or wanting to build a foundation before you jump into anything. And guess what? That's actually healthy. And I trigger people when I say that. They're like, I don't want a friend. I've been there. That was me. I don't want a friend. I don't need another friend. Get away from me. I get it. But a healthy connection is built on a strong foundation. A healthy connection can come from being solid friends first. Actually, I heard Kino Tarot talking about it, about how when you have that strong foundation of friendship, it does make joining as lovers smoother. But anyway, for actions, Page of Swords. So the start of a conversation, it's like they kind of want to get their foot in the door. White truck, they reach out. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse, and we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So tens are symbolic of like the end of a cycle. So some sort of cycle coming to an end, new one beginning, I'm hearing. 10/10 could be symbolic, October 10th, with just passed, I think. The Ten of Wands in reverse is about putting down that heaviness, putting down all of their baggage. It's about like lightening their load, wanting to start a conversation so they can stop overthinking about it. If this person has a lot of responsibilities in their life, this is about delegating. So, you know, delegating some of the things that other people can do so that they can spend more time on this connection. We've got the Four of Swords, which is about release from isolation. It's about coming out of their healing, awakening era. It's also about reigniting passions. Then we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse, which is when those painful swords come out. And when it is about reconciliation. It's about wanting to put a connection back together. It's about wanting to heal however they hurt you. They want to take those swords out. There's something about a lesson being learned here with the Ten of Swords in reverse. So for timing, this is weeks. Swords are weeks. We have 4 swords cards. So 4 to 11 weeks. The number 411 could be symbolic, but I'm hearing 4 to 11 weeks. But you don't even care. I feel like you're like, oh my gosh, I only have 4 to 11 weeks to keep enjoying my single life. What else can I do? All right, let's get a card of advice for you. What's your advice? Card didn't come out. What is your advice? Well, we've got the we've got the Death card and we've got the Two of Mugs. So something about the Death card, there was definitely an ending here, but it's an ending that leads to growth and transformation. Whereas like the world is an ending and the end of a chapter, the end of a cycle. So your advice, focus on your own transformation right now. Your advice is also like, we have this, look, it's a crow. Anyway, this Two of Cups shows reunion. It does show mutual feelings. It shows partnership. It shows two people, you know what I'm going to say it with me, engaging in an open and heartfelt conversation. So your advice right now is when this person comes in, make sure they've changed. But it's also reminding me of that message that I was hearing earlier, which is, I feel like you're at peace with the fact that you've evolved into that butterfly. And now I kind of feel like you're at peace with, if this person doesn't want to evolve into a butterfly and meet you in union, the universe will send in another butterfly. And you know, that can trigger some people when I say that, because they get very attached to the person, that twin flame person. Even maybe hearing that, you're like, but I don't want anybody else. Anyway, make sure they've transformed. You can't, I'm almost looking at this as like, this is the old version of you. You've destroyed that old version of you. You can't put that version back together. You can't go back to being a caterpillar. So now this person has no choice but to rise and evolve the cocoon on the Lover's card and meet you where you are. All right, let's get some channeled messages from this person. Those crows are going nuts. You know what? I grabbed a deck just out of nowhere that I don't usually grab, and I'm just going to get a card of advice for you. So what is your advice right now? What is your advice? And it may be advice for this person. I don't know. What is your advice right now? What is your advice right now? We have wisdom. Listen to your inner wisdom. High Priestess. Like, that is definitely giving me High Priestess. You know what's coming. Trust your inner vision. Look at your butterfly wings. You can't go back to the caterpillar. And why do we trust the opinions of others more than we trust our intuition? That was too many. One more. We do have success here. So we have wisdom and success. Successful High Priestess, I'm hearing. Can't stop, won't stop. I will always mention the mission. Always. Wisdom. The sun has set. 8 of Cups. Sometimes there's a setting sun or a rising sun, depending on how you want to look at it. The sun has set and you feel a remarkable transformation occurring. Your body shapeshifts into an owl. You stretch out your huge wings and silently soar to the top of the tallest pine tree and look over the moonlit forest. Your ability to see the smallest details, even in the darkness, is remarkable. Your sight expands and you see luminous light bodies of the spirit of the forest. They signal you with love and compassion. Abounding insight, profound majesty, and grace are available to you now simply by pulling your awareness inward. Ancient wisdom is emerging. You know the truth. Trust your intuition and your perceptions right now. You are a truth seeker, I have chills, and a truth sharer. The excellent sight of an owl in the darkness corresponds with your ability to perceive the reality of the situation, even in the murkiest of conditions. When this card chooses you, you are at the advent of a time of profound illumination and transformation. Yes! The owl sits at the shoulder of Athena and Merlin, revealing sacred truths. In some native cultures, the owl is called the night eagle, for it has the majesty of the eagle, but works silently in the darkness of the night. This card can also mean it's time for you to embrace your dark side as well as your light. Through doing so, you will be in balance. Trust your ability to see the deepest truth in situations and people. Wisdom is growing within you in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. I have full body chills. This is a good time to sign up for inspirational courses. Messages from Spirit are all around you. Look for them and trust what you feel. So look for the signs and synchronicities. Spirit is sending you messages. The crows are going nuts during this reading. Of course, I said that and they shut up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Success. You stand behind a thicket of ferns at the edge of a secret spring. Gazing across the still water, you see a boat silently gliding towards you, a glowing light hanging loosely from its bow. The fairy of the spring floats above the boat. Her wings are radiant and shimmering. She knows you are there and smiles at you. It is said that anyone who sees the secret spring fairy on a starry night will be blessed with success beyond measure. Mission! All things are possible. The more you honor and celebrate the success that you already have, which I think that you're doing right now, living in the moment, happy, the more success pours into your life. And the more you feel it, the more love, prosperity, fame, and fortune you will have. Act as if and feel as if you are wildly successful, and even more success will develop. Accept that you are already thriving. You are, and more victories will emerge. If a situation seems to knock you down, get up and take a moment to explore what you learned and then keep going. In Celtic tradition, secret springs were magical. Water was the source of life, and in their legends, mystical beings would emerge out of the springs and later return through them. Fairy queens and mythic heroes were said to have emerged from the springs, and these sacred well springs were a place to commune with the divine. Good fortune blessed those who honored the spirit of the secret spring. Success is flowing into your life. Vitality and a glowing, youthful renewal of your body are occurring. Glow up. Now is the time to take action in support of your dreams, the Emperor. And remember, not about taking action towards this person, but towards your dreams. Whatever your intuition is telling you to do. Lightworker, mission. There is no need to struggle. The universe has your back. Yes! Love, 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 love. That song again from Love Actually. Anyway, I'm just going to get a few channeled messages from your person, but like at this point, I don't even know if you, I don't even know if you want to hear what they have to say. I don't know. I just feel like you're more focused on yourself and your intuition and your dreams right now, which is beautiful. Beautiful. I feel the same way. So this person feels this connection too. Think about it. You got the Two of Cups for advice. So they feel it too. What does this person want to, say to you? Okay, that's a lot. They have a lot they want to say. Hang on. So we have Ace of Wands. So clearly they're attracted to you. Clearly they have, you know, sexy thoughts about you, if you get what I mean. Ace of Wands. Do you even see me that way? So this person is even wondering if you still see them that way. That's how detached you are. They can't feel your energy is what I'm feeling. You're not chasing them. Again, you're pouring all that energy into yourself. They don't even know if you feel the same way anymore. Look, I am terrified. Terrified. Quaking. Like, what did I say about that? My kids are laughing their butts off downstairs. What did I say when that Nine of Swords card came out? I'm hearing knickers in a twist, but that's not what I said. I said something that I've never said before in my life, whatever that was. You are right. So whatever you said, look at how those are coming out together. Queen of Swords, whatever you said, you were right, even if it scared them. About themselves is what I'm hearing. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? There's a little bit of insecurity there. We have wait. So right now this person is being guided to wait before coming towards you, which means they're still needing to like release some things is what I'm hearing. I'll go over numbers in a minute. We have I'm sorry. Remember how you feel about them. Justice. I'm open to compromising. Five of Wands in reverse. Resolution, compromise. We talked about it. I hope you'll wait for me. That's interesting. And you know what I'm going to say? You shouldn't wait for anybody that causes blockages, but you are not waiting for them because you're just happily living your life. You're moving forward. It's like this person is a pot of boiling water that's not boiling. And instead, you know how I always talk about that? I feel like for a long time you were standing there waiting for it to boil, waiting for it to boil. Are you boiling yet? Are you boiling yet? Are you boiling yet? And right now you're off doing other things that are more fun than doing the dishes. That's what I do when I'm waiting for water to boil. You're off doing other things. You've taken your attention off of that pot, right? You're enjoying the journey. Remember that download. I've got a t-shirt on right now that says, I'm not procrastinating, I'm doing my side quests. So I feel like you're doing your side quests right now. But anyway, yeah, Ace of Wands, that's exactly what I meant. I imagine you naked and time to ground yourself, which you're doing. You are doing, and this person needs more time to ground themselves. I know it sounds like they're yelling. They're not. They're just having a grand old time down there. So years, we have a lot here. 1974, 1972, 1979, 1978, 1977, 1971, 1973. We have 1981, 83, 87, 89, 82, 84. And we have 2001, 2003, 2004 could be symbolic, or 2017, 18, 19, 17. Anyway, 91, 97, 98, 93, 92, 94 could be symbolic. I'll try and do this quickly. January 3rd, January 8th, January 7th, January 19th, January 2nd, January 4th, March 1st, March 7th, March 8th, March 9th, March 2nd, March 4th. I'm already losing it. February 4th, February 7th, February 9th, February 8th, February 3rd, February 12th. Also like the 17th, 13th, 18th, 19th, 12th, 17th, 14th could be symbolic of a month. August 3rd, August 1st, August 7th, August 9th, August 2nd, August 4th, July 1st, July 3rd, July 8th, July 9th. This is so many. July 7th, July 2nd, July 4th. Finally, September 7th, 2nd, 4th, 8th, 7th, 1st, 3rd. Also December 3rd, 8th, 7th, 9th, or 4th. Okay, I'm done. All right, I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.